All right. The next thing that I want to talk about, and this is coming back to the LP's experiments, is right before the dump, which potentially would have been better to start later, but it's kind of hard to tell. I started some LPs and I created, so we have these two main dexes on Flare. We have Enosys and we have SparkDEX. We have seen both of them. I created four positions that are identical. One is a 10% wide range. So this one, for example, I rebalanced and we have 248 to 273. So this is super tight. And then this one I haven't rebalanced, but right now I'm out of range and it's from 2.54 to 3.46. So this range made a lot of sense when I open it, and now it doesn't that much, but like that's kind of like it was a bigger drop than we were all expecting. So, but here's the thing. This guy has been in range much more than this guy. The interesting thing is that this one, because it's concentrated, as you can see, the APR is similar, but the wide range, even that now it's out of range, has been printing more fees than the tight range. And this is a very important thing to consider because maybe this one is printing more fees every day that it's in range, but then you get out of range and then you have to rebalance. And then, yeah. So for example, this is without a rebalance. I started with $45.82 and right now is worth 39.90. And this one is $50 and right now it's 43. So this is with one rebalance. The thing is that if we go back to 180, 285, that's when I entered, I'm not going to have the $50. So what I need to make sure is that these fees are outpacing my impermanent loss. And this is exactly what I'm trying to learn and explore. So I use an amount that I'm happy to work with and then test it out. And then on SparkDEX, we have, this is the tight range, the 10%, and this is the wide range. So same story. This I rebalanced yesterday. So I've been out of range from the 9 days, maybe 4 or 5 days. And this guy has been out of range a couple of days, like Friday, and then he got back in, and then he got back out, and then he got back in, and then he got back out. But the interesting thing is that on SparkDEX, look at the difference between the wide range and the tight range. So as you can see, the fees here are much higher, but also the wide range is giving a much more steady, constant return than the super tight range that consistently gets out of range, and then you also have to rebalance. So just something to consider. And I need more data. I'm gonna make a video at the end of the month once I have more data. But I feel like if you're doing a wide range, like potentially more than 30%, because 30 it's wide, but it's not like extremely wide. I feel like if you're doing more, SparkDEX is better. It's going to give you like a more consistent return. And if you're willing to go tight, I feel like Enosys is giving so much better returns.
That's good
That's
to know, man.
yeah, that's kind of my thing. And I feel like the ideal range is between 15 and 25%. I have a feeling that that is like a wide enough range that you can capture a lot of the movement and consistently give print fees as opposed to very tight, very high fees that you consistently get out and then you have to rebalance.